I want you to watch this video of Seriake Dickson. There was a statement he made. This video has been going viral. And I want you to watch the video. There's something I want to say. But first of all, watch these two videos. The first video is the video where he went to Arise News and they were asking him questions. And the second video, the NDC were having a meeting. Just watch the video.
There's no one more qualified than me to run for presidency of Nigeria. None. You are talking of names because they have tried. Okay? And for some reasons, I did not want to. So don't make it look like anyone is doing NDC a favor. No one is. Rather, the NDC and I and my colleagues are doing people a favor by granting our platform to them. And that narrative is important. You cannot be supporting PeterObi if you are genuinely supporting him and you are disparaging me, the leader, or the platform itself. That is nonsensical. If it were easy for people to form a party, well, form yours. If it were easy. Now, before Peter and Kwankwaso came in, Nigerians from all walks of life were coming to the party. I received Marafa from Zamfara. I received Binani from Adamawa. And several other people across the country for 5 months, 4 months. So you see, there has to be some level of, people should be careful, okay, as we move on. The platform is there. PeterObi is a cherished member of our party. And on our own, we have made him a presidential candidate, sole presidential candidate, sole. And that counts for something, okay? And also, his running mate, Kwankwaso, the same thing. And we are working well together. I must let you know this. There's no crisis. It is these supporters who are, I don't know what they gain by disparaging a platform that they are so-called, the person they are supporting is running on. Now, NDC is the vehicle that will take PeterObi and Kwankwaso to the villa. So if they understand the processes, even if there's no gratitude to those who set up the NDC and offered it, they should know that they are hurting themselves if they run down that platform.
Yeah, that's
because
good,
on the ballot,
the
ballot, including you, on the ballot, on the ballot, there's no PeterObi. On the ballot, there is no PeterObi. On the ballot, there is no Kwankwaso. On the ballot, it is NDC.
Right.
Okay? But we are working together. It's our presidential candidate and there's a running mate. And we are working harmoniously together.
Leaders. And we are pleased and honored to have them. This party is a party for all Nigerians. They are now, by the decision that this party has taken, they are flag bearer, they are our flag bearers. And we have no issues with any of them. If I were running, or you yourself were running, and you are given presidential nomination to advise what that you want, has the party not done everything for you? Has the party abused? No.
Let's be sincere to ourselves now.
There was no primary contest. Nothing. And as I said last night, I or the chairman or nobody here demanded or received any money from them for accepting them to the party. No monies were demanded or received from them before making them sole presidential candidate and running mates. What else do people want? At this point, we should be working together to plan how to kick off.
You saw that video. What do I have to say about this particular video? You know, it was where the issue started was that he was asked a question by the journalist. He was asked about PeterObi. And I understand the point where he was coming from. Where he was coming from He was coming from a level where he was like in NDC, everybody is important. The platform is important. Peter Obi himself is important. It's not more qualified than anybody. Everybody is equal. He was coming from that direction. You understand? But let's be realistic and let's say the truth. First thing I would love to say about this particular video is that Peter Obi helped NDC to get certain kind of fame at this time. Yes. And NDC itself helped, I will not say help Peter Obi, I will say help Nigeria to give Peter Obi the platform. So you see that everybody has a role to play. You understand? Everybody has, because if there's no political party that decide to accept Peter Obi, there's no how he can contest. That is the foundation of the whole thing. NDC had a role and he played his role. You understand? And Peter Obi too have a role also in NDC. So that has to be settled first. That's the first thing I have to say about this particular video. But as he is the founder, Seriake Dickson is the founder of NDC. Now, as somebody that is a founder of NDC, you have to understand something, that when you go and meet a journalist and they are asking you questions, most of the time those questions are trap. When you don't know that a journalist is asking you a question and most of the questions are trap, a journalist can meet you now and they will ask you, let me use for instance, a journalist can meet Kwankwaso now and they will tell Kwankwaso, people are saying that Peter Obi is better than you. That question is a trap. You know, how Kwankwaso will reply to that question will determine the headline. You will now start struggling to defend yourself. The second video I showed you was where he was trying to defend himself, that, oh, what have I not done everything for Nigerians by accepting Peter Obi without even considering money and all those stuff. You get it? But that question might be a trap, and he fell for that trap. So whenever they ask you a question, a journalist asks you a question, you must be very careful what you are replying, because the movement now currently is not about you, it's about your candidate you are pushing to the world. You have to understand something, that it's just like other political parties. You see where they are trying to lift their candidate up. Is your candidate, and you have to do everything possible. Your aim is not to tell people about yourself, is to tell people about your candidate. And as you are telling people about your candidate, people are seeing that you are a good person. You are not a good person by trying to tell people about yourself, of how you are also good. I don't know, you understand? But people are seeing it that you are also good. Why? Because of how you are treating your, which statement will I put? How you are treating your tenants. Let me put it like that. It's not as if people are neglecting, people are not seeing it. They are seeing it that, oh no, this guy is different. You understand? They are seeing it. But they are only seeing it because of how you are treating the people that your platform is covering. Yes. So when they ask you such a question, you understand, it's a trap. You must be very careful on how you reply that. That if you are trying to say, no, we are also better now, we are also this, from your own standpoint, you are like, no, everybody is equal. That is from your own standpoint. But you are just making a narrative that the person, our presidential flag bearer, is not that relevant. That is, as in, to you, it's not what you are trying to bring. But that is what the world is saying. So next time when they are asking you a question, you understand, you have to know that most of those questions a journalist is asking you is a trap. And you have to devise means on how to reply such a question. If not, you start making headline, unnecessary headline. And most of the time, they are not your intention from beginning. That is, when I watch this video, that's what I believe happened. So most of all those questions the journalists they are asking are traps. You have to be very careful on how you reply those. They will just ask through a question. Those are traps. Those are traps. That is the work of a journalist. They can just tell you when people used to say they want to hear, they want the next headline, and they can take anything you are saying. So I think the goal is not about yourself, it's about your candidate. You winning, you understand, the election, not just in presidency, not that post senatorial post. So you have to do everything possible to promote your candidate. Forget about yourself. As you are promoting your candidate, people are seeing that this guy is a good man. That's what I think and what I believe about this video. So I'm not trying to blame him directly. I saw what happened there. You understand? When you understand the way the media work, you are smart, the journalist. That's what I just see. You know how to reply. Because most of all those questions are traps. And when you fall to that trap, you will not be trying to, and you know the worst part is when you fall to that trap and you're not trying to explain. You're not trying to explain, you are entering more deeper with your explanation. The second video was trying to explain. See, that your explanation will cause more problem. It will cause more problem. So the best way is to be careful of how you reply. You understand? Especially when it has to do with comparison. Yes. You have to be very. I've watched certain video where they will ask Kwankwaso some questions, sorry. And most of those questions they're asking is to just bring out narrative. But Kwankwaso is very wise. There's the way he answers the question. You understand? And what the journalists want to achieve, they won't be able to achieve it again. But if you know about media, you understand. You get it. So that is what I think about this particular video.